Hello YouTubers and welcome back to Thoughtful Thursdays. I am Movement Mike Niemchak and today I wanted to talk about lactic acid. Now I know growing up getting into weightlifting and initially when I first started lifting with weights, training for football and later more bodybuilding as I got out of sports and into just general fitness, there was this kind of bro science or this kind of known philosophy around the gym that, you know, when you get really sore, it's just a buildup of lactic acid. Well, the true science and studies have come out to show that no, actually lactic acid doesn't hang out in your muscles for that long and cause the soreness. So that's what I wanted to kind of set straight today, is the fact that, one, this myth, lactic acid does not cause muscle soreness. It isn't stored there and doesn't need to be worked out like I know I personally previously thought when I was younger, and that was the kind of philosophy going around at the gyms where I was lifting, right? So, next question is, what is causing muscle soreness? Well, glad you asked. What causes the muscle soreness is actually the micro tears in the muscle itself. That's what's causing the soreness. It's the micro muscle tears or the muscle fiber tears and the inflammation from the repetitive use, right? Because you're going to get a little inflammation when you have micro tears in the muscle tissue. That's a natural process of the breakdown and buildup, right? The anabolic and the catabolic and the anabolic, right? The breakdown catabolic and then the build-up anabolic, right? That's why you need these rest days in between. You can't just work out the same groups of muscles or the same types of muscles every single day. You have to give them a chance to recover. Now you may have some people like C.T. Fletcher who just kind of grind it out all the time and just pushes past that. And that may have something to do with adaptive muscle training, which I'm not going to get into right now. But for those of us who are just trying to maintain optimal health and are not looking so much for that elite athletic performance or bodybuilding, right, muscle hypertrophy, we're not really needing to bring that muscle adaptivity into the picture, right? Because we're not going to stay with that. This is for you guys that go to the gym regularly, guys and gals that go to the gym regularly and are just looking to kind of figure out what this is all about. All right? So, what happens? Lactic acid does exist. So when you're working out in an anaerobic environment, meaning there's a lack of oxygen, aerobic means there's oxygen flowing. It's more long-term. Like a distance runner, they're very, very, very lean because they're using more of the lungs and oxygen to feed their body than they are depriving the oxygen, forcing the muscles to break down and grow more like you would see in more weightlifters. They're a little more bulky, right? Anaerobic versus aerobic. Aerobic being the long distance runner, the anaerobic being the more jacked up bodybuilder, weightlifter type, okay? So when there's a lack of oxygen in the muscle tissue, that's only lasting for a temporary amount of time, right? Pretty much during your workout, all right? Once the workout is completed, you're going to have, this lactic acid is going to leave the muscles relatively quickly. It's not hanging out. It's in there. It's kind of helping out because of the lack of oxygen that's being fed to the muscles, and then it's quickly being disposed of, drained out of the muscles, right? It's not hanging out in there. Like I said, the soreness is caused by those micro tears and the inflammation that happens once this muscle has been broken down and is now in the rebuilding stage, right? The anaerobic stage. So it's not lactic acid. And that pretty much covers or kind of squashes this myth and brings about a little more truth to the scenario. Now, what I have come to learn and find out is that a lot of times, especially when we're not properly hydrated, you will find that the muscle tissue will hold on to what I'll consider stale blood, or kind of a sticky, matted down tissues. There's a lack of blood flow. Like, for example, like when you give yourself a hickey, there's a hickey, like you suck on a piece of your skin for a while and you take it off, and there's like that red hickey kind of blood flushed area. What you're doing is you're increasing the blood flow to that area. There's many different ways. There's a Chinese gouaching, there's a cupping scenario where you're massage, where you're trying to work the muscle, even foam rolling, where you're trying to increase the blood flow into those muscle tissues to kind of break loose and get that blood flow to happen again. Because lack of blood flow means a lack of nutrients and oxygen delivered to those muscles, and it makes it harder to make gains and show results, which is what we're all looking for, right? Whether it's muscle building or fat loss, you're working towards something. You have to feed these muscles and your tissues properly. So stay hydrated, keep foam rolling and stretching, and keep tuning in to these videos. I look forward to talking to you next time. If you'd like to get in touch with me, click on one of the links below our website, my Facebook pages, or my Twitter account. I look forward to talking to you all next time. Keep going and keep growing. Peace.